This is the time of year when we hear a lot about Hygge. And what we fail to realize sometimes is that it's actually a privilege. Don't believe me? I'll show you how. For those of you who don't know, Hygge is derived from the Danish word, and it doesn't have an exact translation. It's often associated with words and phrases like well-being, coziness of the soul, charm, security, reassurance, or kinship. I get so tired of seeing videos and articles about things like Hygge hauls or 10 things to purchase to make your home feel more Hygge. Hygge is supposed to be a feeling, not a purchase that you can make. And making Hygge into something that you can purchase further limits it to something only for the privileged. This fall, I want to bring some Hygge to somebody who might not have the option to experience it otherwise. How does a person experience Hygge when they don't even have a home? And while I mentioned that Hygge is a feeling and not a purchase you can make, it's really hard to feel any of those things if your basic needs aren't even met. A core feeling to be able to experience all of the other joys of Hygge is one of safety and reassurance. So we're going to start with a medium-sized bag with a shoulder strap, and this is going to give the recipient a way to store their things and also ease of carrying them around. To add to the feelings of being safe and at ease, I'm also going to include a small first aid kit. Now, I won't include any over-the-counter medications or anything like that, just because you don't know if somebody might have an allergy or they might react badly to those types of medicines. What I am going to include are some Band-Aids and some alcohol wipes and just some general wound dressing. Imagine walking around all day in old or poorly fitting shoes and not even having access to a Band-Aid at the end of the day to cover your blister. Hygge is the embodiment of simple pleasures. And how much more simple of a pleasure can there be than being able to really take care of your own body? Hygiene shouldn't be considered a luxury, but try going without a toothbrush or sanitary items and you'll quickly realize what a luxury it is to care for your own body. So I'm going to start with a Ziploc bag, and that's going to keep all of these items in it because we want something that will contain them, and that way if there is something that leaks, it's not going to get all over the inside of the other bag or any other items in that bag. So I'm going to include a toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo and conditioner, body wash, and some dry skin lotion. That's going to be really good for this time of year when the weather starts getting colder and more dry. I'm also going to include a package of flushable wipes that has this plastic on it here so that it can be sealed back up. And that's going to be for if the person doesn't have access to a shower, they can still clean their hands or themselves and just feel a little more comfortable in their own skin. What would Hygge be without coziness? Let's be realistic on this one. We all love, or at least I really love, all the pictures of fluffy cable knit socks and cocoa and all of those things. But when someone is walking around all day, what they really need is a well-cushioned athletic sock with at least a little bit of an ankle, because that's going to keep it from falling down in their shoe. I'm going to include 2 pairs of socks in the bag, so that way if they get wet, the person can change them out. Also, I'm going to include a throw blanket. Now, you want to choose a blanket that's going to be both warm and also really lightweight. This one's nice because it's got kind of like a really soft, plushy type feel to it, but it is incredibly light, and I think it's going to be really warm and fit nicely inside the bag. The most important part of Hygge can't be placed in the bag. It's about connection and kinship. When you go to give the bag, you might take along a thermos of something hot to share, some coffee or cocoa, or maybe even some soup, or you can invite them, if they would like to join you someplace within walking distance to share a hot beverage or maybe even a meal. In doing this, you want to show genuine interest in the person. You want to show interest, but also gauge their reaction. Don't push someone into a conversation to further your own agenda and make yourself feel like you've really accomplished something that day. The point is that the person receiving this bag knows that someone cared enough to make it for them. This really is not about you. If they do want to talk, that's an extra bonus. But if they don't want to talk, that is completely their decision. The people receiving these bags are fellow human beings with feelings and dignity too. And it's important to show that you recognize that in the act of giving this bag. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single person who watches these videos. And don't forget, good vibes when you subscribe. And I will see you next Tuesday for another video. See you later.